Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, May 28, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Tampa Bay Rays. The Los Angeles Dodgers will wrap up this 10-game road trip on the East Coast on Sunday morning against the Rays. The Dodgers are clinging to a slight lead in the NL West division and have done their best to keep on winning despite having two pitchers in their starting rotation, Julio Urias and Dustin May, both recovering from injury. The Dodgers have had to rely on the depth of their farm system to support the pitching staff in recent weeks. On Friday, the Dodgers dropped the series opener 9-3 to the Rays to fall to 3-5 on the trip. On Saturday, the Dodgers coughed up a 3-0 lead but came back to score runs in the 7th and 8th innings to pick up a 6-4 win. Max Muncy doubled and homered and drove in 2 runs for Los Angeles. The Rays have been dominant at home and now face a Dodgers team playing the final game of a long and winding 10-game road trip on Sunday morning at essentially 8:30 a.m. LA time. The Dodgers will send Stone to the mound, who has had difficulty getting swings and misses in his 2 starts in the big leagues. He matches up with a Rays team that is hitting .261 at home this season and, more importantly, has belted 51 home runs in 30 games heading into Saturday night's game with the Dodgers. The Rays' Bradley has been handled carefully by the Rays, averaging just under 5 innings per start this season overall. He does possess a high strikeout rate of 13.5 at home and faces a Dodgers team that strikeouts at a higher rate, 22nd in baseball. Look for the Rays to finish off the road-weary Dodgers in the final game of this series. Take the Rays with the money line. Unlike the Dodgers, the Tampa Bay Rays have enjoyed home cooking for over a week and a half and remain on top with the best record in baseball. The Rays won the series opener with the Dodgers to improve to 6-2 on the homestand and an MLB best 25-5 at home this season. In Game 2 of the series on Saturday, the Rays overcame an early deficit, but the team's bullpen couldn't make it hold it up in a 6-4 loss. Harold Ramirez doubled and homered and drove in 2 runs for the Rays in the loss. Since LA is not sending out Kershaw, Urias, or another quality pitcher to start for them, I'm going to take the over in this case. The first game resulted in the Rays and Dodgers reaching the over, and I expect a similar result. The Dodgers have hit the over in 5 of their last 6 games overall, and the Rays have hit the over their last 7 times when playing on AstroTurf. Tampa has a terrific offense that has scored more than any other team in the MLB besides Texas, and the Dodgers have scored more than anyone else in the National League by a large margin. Considering the Aces are not going to be pitching for either squad, I expect the offenses to take over. Texas Rangers vs Baltimore Orioles. Through 50 games, no Texas Rangers team has had a higher winning percentage than this 2023 club. They've done it on the strength of extraordinary hitting, even with Corey Seager missing 30 games already. Well, he's back, and the Rangers are putting up the most runs per game this season. Atlas Garcia is leading the league in RBIs and has 14 home runs. Marcus Semien, Nathaniel Lowe, and Josh Jung are all having all-star caliber seasons thus far. The club is top 3 in OBP and slugging. There's not much to complain about at the plate in Arlington. It's hard to bet against the Rangers right now, especially with the month they're having. Their only consecutive losses this season came at the beginning of the month, and they were separated by an off day. Otherwise, it's been consistent strings of wins with a random loss between them. With a starting pitcher matchup, Texas should enter the late innings of this game with a lead. From there, it's on the bullpen to secure the win. Baltimore is dangerous, so it's not a guarantee, but it's safer to bet on the team with a lead down the stretch. Our team pick is Texas Rangers. It wasn't on display Friday, but this is a lineup that gives pitchers fits. Baltimore's batters have masterful control of the strike zone with a top 10 walk rate and strikeout rate. It leads to the 6th most runs per game in the majors. Along with controlling the plate, the Orioles are 9th in slugging percentage and 10th in home runs. They also have the 5th most stolen bases. This is a group of hitters that can punish pitchers and defenses in a variety of ways. Bradford hasn't been great to start his career, and if he's not able to last 5.0+ innings, things could quickly unravel for the Rangers in this one. They're just 27th in bullpen ERA, 4.79, and 16th in WHIP, 1.31. The Orioles have plenty of offensive talent to make this pitching staff pay on Sunday afternoon. On the flip side, I don't think we'll see Bradish completely shut down Texas's bats. They're the best overall offense in baseball in both runs scored, 327, and average, .271. As long as they're able to contribute roughly 2 to 3 runs, I think we'll see this game cruise over the total. Let's lock in the over in this matinee showdown from Camden Yards. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. San Diego Padres vs New York Yankees. Friday night's win pushed the Padres to 4-1 over their last 5 games. In those 5 games, the club put up 30 runs, much better than their full season average that's 25th in the majors. Considering all of their elite bats, even with Manny Machado sidelined, that offensive stretch shouldn't be noteworthy. Yet, this is a lineup that's 29th in batting average, saved only by Oakland. They're 22nd in slugging percentage and 21st in strikeout rate too. Led by Juan Soto, the Padres draw a ton of walks, with the second highest walk rate in baseball. However, it's not amounting to run production, which is the bottom line. Even with Cole's 2 duds this month, he's always a safe bet to win. Facing a Padres offense that's talented but inconsistent, it feels safe to assume that he'll have a strong afternoon on the mound. New York's offense has also been cold lately, but Yu Darvish has handing out homers like Halloween candy recently. That doesn't typically go well for visitors in Yankee Stadium. The Yankees win the bullpen battle against most teams too, so they should take this one with a few runs of cushion. Our team pick is New York Yankees minus 1.5 runs. When Gerrit Cole is on the mound, the Bronx Bombers expect to win, no matter what. The Yankees are 9-2 in his starts this season, and in one of those starts, Cole pitched 6.0 scoreless innings. He hasn't been at his best lately, but Gerrit Cole is still on the shortlist for ALCY Young. Among pitchers, he's second in WAR to Sonny Gray, and his fastball has been the 6th most valuable in the majors. With a 2.53 ERA and 3.48 FIP, Cole doesn't need his best stuff to contain most offenses. If his leash is short, the bullpen with the lowest ERA in the league is waiting behind him. Both of these pitchers need to be respected for their sheer potential, if nothing else. That said, they've each won their last 3 in respect to home-away starts, proving they've been dialed in when they need to be. The Padres have struggled on the road, and they'll face a tough daytime pitcher in Cole. The Yankees have been reliant on the long ball, but Darvish has held homers in check during his daytime contests and has a wide enough arsenal to stymie any lineup. Expect the pitchers to steal the show Sunday, take the under, which is 5-0-1 in Darvish's last 6 interleague starts. Our total pick is under 8 points. Chicago White Sox vs Detroit Tigers. The Chicago White Sox have quietly played solid baseball in May after a horrific opening month in which the team won just 6 games. The White Sox have won 7 out of 10 games heading into Saturday's game with the Tigers. In the month of May, the team has gone 14-10 and climbed out of the cellar and moved within striking distance of the slumping Twins at the top of the division. On Saturday afternoon, the White Sox bullpen allowed 5 runs between the 7th and 8th innings to pick up the loss. This should be a classic battle between 2 quality starters in the final game of this 4-game set. I am leaning toward the White Sox in this spot as the team playing more consistently in recent weeks. The White Sox are hitting .260 versus lefties this season and have an OBP of .755. While Rodriguez has pitched very well at home, Cease has also pitched very well in his last 3 starts and will match up with a Tigers team that is hitting just .222 in the last 10 games. Overall, and just .226 against righties this season. The White Sox have struggled on the mound, particularly in the first month of the season, but have a team ERA of just 2.15 in the last 10 games. Our team pick is White Sox. The Tigers remain in second place in the AL Central Division, which is a far cry from last year's team that finished at the bottom of the division and was among the worst offensive teams in baseball. Lately, however, the Tigers have struggled with consistency and haven't strung together more than 2 straight wins since winning 4 straight games from May 3rd to May 6th. The Tigers split the first 2 games of this series with the White Sox as well heading into Saturday night's game. On Saturday, the Tigers bounced back from a loss on Friday night with 5 runs in the 7th and 8th innings combined to take a 7-3 win. These are 2 very talented starting pitchers and 2 weak offensive teams, so go with under 8 runs. St. Louis Cardinals vs Cleveland Guardians. The St. Louis Cardinals are in the top 7 in 4 major hitting categories. St. Louis is 3rd in on-base percentage at .335, 5th in both slugging percentage at .437, and runs scored with 266, while 7th in team batting average with .261. Nolan Gorman has a team-best 13 home runs, while Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt are second in home runs with 9 each. Gorman is the leader in RBI with 40, and Arenado is second with 35. Cleveland has 6 players with 21 RBI or more. The Cardinals have hit 96 doubles, 5 triples and 72 home runs in 53 games. Cleveland struggles at the plate with the next-to-last team batting average in baseball, but the Guardians are a solid 9th in team ERA. St. Louis has lost 6 of its last 8 interleague games against a team with a losing record. Cleveland has won 17 of its last 24 games when playing the 3rd game of a series. St. Louis starting pitcher Jordan Montgomery has been roughed up in each of the last 3 starts, allowing 22 hits and 13 earned runs in only 14 innings, and St. Louis was beaten in each of the 3 games. The Cardinals have lost each of Montgomery's last 8 starts. Cleveland starter Hunter Gaddis has not allowed an earned run in either of his last 2 appearances, pitching 2 innings in a relief appearance versus Miami, followed by 6 innings in a starting role against the Chicago White Sox. Our team pick is Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland has the 9th best team ERA in baseball at 3.84 and the 11th best whip at 1.27. Cleveland's starting rotation has produced 24 quality starts, which is tied for 6th, and the pitching staff is holding opposing hitters to an average of .251, which is 20th. Shane Bieber is the leader in strikeouts for Cleveland with 49. Hunter Gaddis gets the nod on the mound Sunday for Cleveland. This season the right-hander is 1-1 with an ERA of 5.26 and 17 strikeouts. The under has hit in 4 of the previous 5 games against one another played in Cleveland, so go with under 8.5 runs here.